and wanting to get it on you.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my favorite things.
And painting their arms, isn't that just
Yes.
hilarious, the way they always want to paint their bodies? I have great photos of my 3 grandchildren with shaving cream in my backyard, and they're just, it starts,
Yes.
it's like, get it on me, get it
That's
all
their
on
favorite
me.
thing. They're like, on my head. So they want us to do like the whoop on their heads, and then they walk around and they're like, haha, and then, to splatter it. And they, yeah, that's where we're at right now. They love it.
I'm officially recording.
Okay. With toddlers in a center, what do you think are what is the most important thing a center needs to keep in mind about working with toddlers?
Families. They need to make sure that the transition from home into the center is as smooth as they can make it. So we do an intake process where we kind of not interview, but just have a casual conversation with the parents, see what does your child like to eat, what their nighttime napping routine is, their expectations of us, what the child, if there's special words they use, comfort objects, favorite objects, fears, anything like that. Something just to kind of help make that smoother. And then just you as a teacher being loving and caring and, ready to give that extra hug if needed and everything, and get down and play with them.
And so with, in any given year, how many toddlers are you working with?
On average, I would say we have 8 to 9 in our classroom a day. So they're in our program for 18 months. So in the year, we probably maybe have like 14 to 16 different children throughout the year, as some transition out and then we transition new ones.
So you have the toddler option. The
Yes.
18 to 36 months. That's
Yes.
very unusual.
Yes,
You know that.
yes. Yeah, we've they have the option at 30 months to transition out, but normally we find that they need that extra 6 months. It's their time to really become the older one, kind of the leader, and give them the opportunity to express themselves more, get that self-confidence, that language of, share or help me. Those skills we notice in those last 6 months is when they really start to develop and blossom. And so they like to be the big helper, so they have a few months of it before they transition into another classroom where then you're the younger one. So
Where they turn into preschool. It's that 6 months when they turn into preschool.
Yes.
Their little body shapes change.
it's true. We talk to parents about it because sometimes we have some parents who are like, oh, I want my child to transition. We're like, let's just wait. Let's see. We do our assessments, and then we just kind of show where they need that time to really gain that independence. So.
Talk about the role of assessment, since you've mentioned that. What kind of care do you take around assessing children?
Well, we use the desired results profile. Can I say that? Okay. And so we do daily observations, and then from that we fill out the report and set individual goals. Our classroom is all about individual care. Each child grows and develops at a different rate, and so making sure that we're aware of that, other staff is aware of that, and the parents are aware of that. Sometimes that's hard. They like to compare, and so it's a big part of ours to set individual goals and set up activities for individual children, coming in one-on-one if it's needed, or working in a group and having them kind of figure out how that works. So.
What do you think you do really, really well? You, the teacher, you as a staff of toddlers.
I think that I'm trying to think how I should word it.
Just blurt it out.
I think that it's just our loving care and our, those protective urges, and just wanting them to want to grow and allowing them to explore at their rate, and just kind of keep scaffolding them and setting up the environment to see that growth and make it known that it's okay to do what you want.
So how do you use the environment as that tool?
We switch out toys or objects with their interest, and we have like different ages for like puzzles, for example. You know, we have the big ones with handles that are like the 4, and it's a huge picture. And then as the child is like, whew, I'm done with it, we have more that have like a couple pieces, or maybe we have the one with like the shapes and the circles, and I have to kind of figure out what shape goes on there. So that's one way that we set up the environment of switching it out, or watching how they grow, where you have the 18-month-old who walks by and it goes on the ground, and then our 34-month-old who's trying to figure it out and turning it and telling you I did it, and how fast they can do it, and watch me do it again. So yeah, that's one way that we do it. And yeah, just mainly just switching up the environments, switching out toys, pictures of home, what they're into in our dramatic play area. Right now we're kind of into superheroes, so we have capes and food, but a while back it was all doctor stuff. We all wanted to be doctors, so we had doctors out. So yeah.
What's your favorite part of working at this center?
I would say just the ability to explore the environment in general around us. We are so lucky to be able to walk out and go into the orchard and find sticks, or go look for worms under a tree, or we like to collect walnuts, and then, watching them figure out how to crack them. And so I would say that's one of them, is just working with a really nice staff that communicates. And then as far as the classroom, just having the ability to go walk outside and explore, go to the garden. We have a wonderful garden, and the kids love it. So we have some new additions to it, and they're all excited right now with the chicken coop and our worm bed. We don't have any chickens in the coop, but they were just so excited to go in the chicken coop, and they would stand in it, and then they would come out. And so yeah, that's the one thing, is we will have chickens. We're getting our chickens tomorrow. So, but they were excited just to stand in the coop themselves. They figured out that latch as quickly as, I thought, oh, it's going to give them a couple minutes. And no, wait, whacked that latch and walked in there and just stood. So we said, okay, let's take turns. So, but yeah, I think having the opportunity to go explore actual nature and not be confined to a city where you're kind of more in your yard only.
It sounds like what Kim said is that it's really a regular part of your curriculum. It's
Yes.
very much a part of who you are and what you are.
Yes, yeah, the kids, because they can see the garden, so they tell us, they're like, okay, we want to go to the garden today. Okay, let's go to the garden. Do you want to ride the bikes to the garden? No, we don't want to ride the bikes to the garden. Okay, we'll just go walk in the garden. Or yeah, sometimes they want to ride the bikes to the garden, so, or there's a dirt hill behind it, or sometimes we want to go to the dirt hill and ride the bikes up and down. So yeah, I think that, because you see other centers and you feel so bad, this tiny little yard. So yeah.
Anything that you'd really like us to know about your work here, or how you feel as a teacher, your philosophy, something you'd want to share with the world of early childhood?
I think just to be open to everyone and all your families, and treat them all with the same respect, and realize that they are entrusting you with their child, and that's a huge thing. I really do feel privileged that the families trust me with their child every day, because sometimes I'm with them a lot more during the wake hours than they are, and so I really try and remember that every day, that I do have a huge impact on them and the person that they're going to become. So, making sure you're there for that everything, that hug, or if needed, or that you're okay and let's do it again. So I think that's it, just to make sure that you realize that and respect that.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
All right.